in 100 years is a small time. Because the basic questions, the basic things are not very different. The problems were the same problems. Now, in that sense, I'm saying, look, you deal with problems. Of course, they become different, and the decisions may be different. And every country, every system of law or religion has also different answers. But the point is not to copying one set of ideas, but rather, how can we understand the different sets? How do we understand them? What do they mean to us? And that you can sit with somebody that is, see, I suppose, I never had the chance, see, let's suppose that I'm meeting, say, one of those sages from the planet, say, Mars, comes for a visit. I think that we could have a conversation still.
So, let's say in 1,000 years, when a historian looks back at our time, at what we call Western civilization, will he see a Judeo-Christian civilization? Do you believe in a Judeo-Christian civilization? Or do you see one tree with different branches, or separate several branches, in your opinion?
What's happening now in the world, in a big way, is perhaps not Judeo-Christian at all. We are not living not in a Jewish environment, and not in a Christian environment, and not, with all the points, not even, to speak rightly about it, even not in a Muslim environment. We are living in a growing paganization of the world. I see not just images, I see the old gods, Greek gods, pre-Greek gods. I'm seeing them emerging. You see, you had once a god that was called Baal, or it's called in the New Testament, it's again a Hebrew connotation, in Aramaic, Mammon, money. Look at this big god. Is he not bigger than any of the church's saints? Look at the other goddess that was called in the very old language, Astarte, Venus, sex, raw sex. Sometimes with a little bit of clothing, just not for enticement, not for chastity. Isn't she becoming much bigger than, say, a dozens of Marias? And what I'm calling the third goddess, she was in Greece, she wasn't so famous, Calliope, is the goddess of making a noise. Self-aggrandizement, fame for the sake of fame. To be famous because you are famous.
What do you think about the internet, and in particular, with tablets and smartphones, because it's much more interactive, and yes, we're not watchers, we're users, yes, and therefore we have to think, to make decisions.
It's a great power, and as many great powers, it's in a certain way, it's not the same thing like the atom bomb, but it's still a great power. It's a great power, and again, as I told you, the real problem is it in the right hands? Now, I'm not going to say to stop it. We cannot. But I'm saying, is it not when you have, instead of an encyclopedia, you have a Wikipedia? Is it an advance? See, when I want to get information, I can get it in the internet much easier, 100% so. Do I get better information?
Lots of information doesn't mean knowledge. Knowledge doesn't mean understanding. Understanding doesn't mean wisdom. Are we more informed and perhaps less wise?
Well, one of the ways to spread ignorance is not by telling people lies. It's by giving people too much information. Too much information has is even worse than having very little information. I can't absorb the information. I can't assess it, I can't use it. So, what is the result then? The result is you are flooded. See, look, I saw it here in this country. So it's just beautiful to see. See, a few drops of rain are always welcome. See, 40 centimeters of rain is not so very convenient. 2.5 meters of rain. There are countries in which you have it. Just imagine in Rio, 2.5 meters of rain coming within 24 hours. So what would you call it? You'd call it a disaster. Not anything. But rain is good. Rain is good, isn't it? Every drop is good. The amount of rain, you going beyond a certain limit, is disastrous. Now, what can we do about it? You see, you want to know almost about every subject. You can go to internet just now, try to find about it, and you'll find papers and more papers in every language speaking about it. So after some time, you won't read them. It won't do you any good. So we come again to the basic problem about sifting, sorting, dealing with things. Now the question is, who has the right to do this sorting?
Are you pessimistic?